My name is... Dang it, again? My name's Rhapsody, and welcome back to Slay the Spire. We're going to be continuing with... The Watcher. Sometimes you got to take a run up to the name. Ooh, a couple good options there for our Niao's bonus. Possibility of sniping out one elite. It's not a likelihood, though. I'm going to choose a red card to obtain after the 18. Lesson learned this early just upgrades your whole deck. You can't turn that down. You can't. You're not allowed to. It's illegal. I'm pretty sure the cops turn up and just kick your head straight in if you do it. I know, it's brutal. I think they do. And I kind of like my head where it is. So alright game, I guess I'll do it. Oh look, Vigilance got upgraded. It doesn't get upgraded in play as we saw in the last episode. But it's fine enough. Flying Sleeves, retain, deal 4 damage twice. That's a companion piece with Wreath of Flame. Should I crush joints? Yeah, crush joints. It's really good, especially when upgraded. I don't want to take 15 damage this turn. That would be Miracle, Eruption the backliner, Strike the frontliner. That gets a kill. I take 15 damage this turn, but then I do kill the backliner next turn with Lesson Learned. No, I just defend. Unfortunate opening hand. Don't need to make it worse for myself. Okay. Straight for... I'm weakened. Couldn't kill that turn or full defend on that turn either. Oh, you could have. That's a bad fight. This is a bad fight. My brain is wrong. I'm gonna try and not wrong brain in the next fight. Probably none of these. Follow up if I just desperately need the damage, but I don't desperately need the damage. Yikes. Gonna have to rest. Oh! Give me. Matryoshka? Well, I was about to die if I continue doing that, so it's rest here and then go up in this direction, I guess. I'm still going for an elite despite all this. Upgrade a card in your deck? Sure. Give that a bit more range. Rest. Ooh, the Sentinel fight is actually the worst fight for this character, in my opinion. $24, 12, so 36, 36. Yeah. I have to kill a target this turn, and I'm not killing one of the ones that's attacking. The reason here is I need to be able to set up for another kill next turn, otherwise I'm dead. This fight in particular is really bad for this character. I found at least. So let's learn to kill. So I go Vigilant and Defend. Hopefully I get Eruption in this next turn, and then I can pivot back to killing. Yep. Sweet. This was basically the only way we were going to win here. I'm so pleased. This character, more than other characters, feels like you have to take acceptable losses rather than future definite losses, right? So a lot of the time you're going to be incentivized to take a pattern of play that doesn't necessarily look immediately good, because you know if the fight goes longer than that, you will take far more damage. Specifically, that is more present in this character as a result of changing between stances and needing Wrath active occasionally later. So you have to front load the damage you take. I've spoken about this previously in the cultist fight, or in the context of the cultist fight, but I think it's like broadly relevant to this character. If your HP is less than it was last turn, enter Wrath. I mean, we're already kind of constantly doing that. I found that quite effective, actually. Vengeance, by the way. I found it quite useful. I ended up managing to like flip-flop back between a bunch of different stances, but I don't think I should take it here. I'm going to take an empty mind so that I can exit Wrath rather than keep myself in it the entire combat. I've spoken about the cultist being particularly difficult for this character before. I don't want to have to face that here. Clear the Mind, Swivel Crescendo. I don't have that many expensive cards, expensive attacks in the deck. So Swivel's like 11 free block a lot of the time for us because we're playing an Eruption or a Lesson Learned a lot of the time. And I will add more attacks into the deck. Crescendo, retain, enter Wrath. Having that being a little easier to get into actually seems also really important to me. I'm going to go for that. I'm going to dodge this elite, go for another rest. Toy Ornithopter, whenever you use a potion, heal for 5 HP. I'm already going to full upgrade my deck, so I don't think I need Warpaint. I don't think I need it. Yeah, I'll Crescendo, Eruption, and then murder that target. I have enough attacks left in my deck that I was pretty reliably going to be getting the kill secondarily after that. Juice for some max HP, as well as some current HP. Inner Peace, Calm, and Sanctity. Inner Peace is another way to exit Eruption at the end of the turn. I'll take it. I'm going to try and make this a stance switching build. That's actually one of the archetypes of this character that I am yet to explore. Okay, so Miracle, and then you... Wait, no. It's... Miracle, Eruption, Crush Joints, Strike. So Crush Joints would be 24, Strike would be 18, 24, 18, plus 9. So 27, 24, so it's 50, yeah, it's 51. It's lethal. No, it's not. Because you can't Crush Joints first. You dummy, Ryan. It's fine. We were still probably going to use the thing and go for the full block that turn, but I just feel a bit dumb about it. Crescendo, and then 18, 18, 26. 18, 26 against this enemy is 44, short of lethal. It's fine. We'll get it. Start with Empty Mind. Double Strike, Lesson Learned. No, but Crescendo, Strike, then Lesson Learned will do it. Hey, and Crescendo gets the upgrade. Neat. Volt. Gain 1 intangible and end your turn. At the start of your next turn, deal 15 damage. Do you ever not take this? I don't know if you ever not take this. It feels like you always, yes, take this. Lesson learned. Okay, so I've got 17, short. All right, it's 15, it's 28, short. Rough stuff there. Just Crescendo Vault, probably. Actually, it could even be Vigilance Crescendo Vault. Actually, it could be Crushed Joints, Crescendo, Miracle Vault. Crescendo's a skill. I could have Crushed Joints off for it. That's my bad. I mean, it's not going to matter because it'll still kill that looter, but I'm mad about it. Alright, change myself back into calm so I don't have to take so much damage and finish off with another lesson learned. Yeah, when the whole deck is upgraded, game's pretty good. Game's pretty good when the whole deck is already upgraded by base. I don't want to put a scroll in this deck. We've had trouble with it before, and especially with the crescendo feels like a bad thing. And inner peace, like both of those are really, really important to us for the start switching. I like this relic. Also, I like the idea of upgrading another card. 22. Can't do it. I'm going to set up vulnerability on the target just because that one's going to be attacking next turn, definitely. Because it just buffed. Crescendo, Eruption, and Vault a different target. Yeah, we'll Eruption you, Vault you. Take 2 damage, but get 1 more target down. And I'm just waiting for lessons learned now. Hey. Odd Mushroom, when vulnerable, take 25% more damage rather than 50%. There's also a weak potion that's going to be really important for us. Meditate, Flying Sleeps, and Prostrate. Probably none. A hard pass. I might need to rest here. I strongly suspect I do. Also, upgrades are less important to us because we're going to have our whole deck upgraded pretty soon. Got a miracle so the Cross Joints is activated, and then I'm going to throw out the lesson learned. I'm doing this just because the enemy hitting on turn 2 is pretty common against this character. I've found at least. Defend, we'll enter Wrath, and then I'll go hit, and Empty Mind just to get out of it so that I don't have to worry about the extra damage taken. I'll weaken the enemy this turn, double defend and crush joints, setting up for a decent next turn. I don't want to have to vault this turn, but seems like the best play. Should be able to get the enemy back on the ground. We'll Eruption, Strike, Inner Mind our way out of that, and Inner Peace our way into the next turn. Probably Vigilance plus the largest defend that I draw. And just stall that for a turn. As much as I wanted the vulnerability on the extra target, I don't think I could have afforded that. Empty Mind for the extra energy here, and take it a bit slower. I have to take all of the damage this turn. We're extending for lethal next turn. because the enemy's defending this turn, and then the turn after that, like, they only hit me if they're still alive. Uh-huh. It's Eruption Crush. Sweet. Ragnarok! Ooh! I like the idea. Deal 5 damage to a random enemy 5 times. Upgrades to 6/6. There's also Battle Hymn. The first card you draw each turn has its cost reduced by 1 for the turn. Upgrades to 0 cost. And Unraveling. Play all of the cards in your hand from left to right. Targets chosen randomly. It's difficult to put that in a deck that already has a Vault. Just because if the Vault is at the start of my hand, I can't play Unraveling. So those are 2 dead cards in that hand. I mean, that said, worst case scenario, Vault played only by itself on a turn is still pretty good. But no, I'm going to go Ragnarok. I want to see if I can do like a full multi-hit build. Okay, here's something I regret having not already shown you. Calling Bell. Upon pickup, obtain a unique curse and 3 relics. Curse cards and negative cards that stay in your deck. Now, this is also the Violet Lotus. Whenever you exit Calm, gain an additional energy. We're doing that constantly. We'll take the Violet Lotus. As much as I want to see that new curse, I can only justify taking the Violet Lotus because it's also new and I haven't seen it before. The old text describes that the surface of mana pools were littered with these flowers. Oh, of course, Violet Lotus, as in Black Lotus, as in Magic the Gathering, as in the inspiration behind the scry mechanic. I see what you're going for here, video game. I see what you're going for. I appreciate it too. Alright, let's hit this early shot. Defend, crush, and inner piece my way out of the turn. Get into Calm so that I can start benefiting from Violet. Ooh, yeah. Eruption. Ragnarok. Ooh. Enter Wrath on a Retain again. Yeah, this is a stance switching build. I don't know how a stance switching build works, but we'll see. This is actually a way better path. Especially due to the fact that it's entirely possible that I get and utilize Necronomicon in this build. Specifically with Ragnarok and Lessons Learned. With Vault, it won't be able to work because Vault is going to end my turn on the first cast. Tori! Whenever you receive 4 or less unblocked, 5 or less unblocked attack damage rather, reduce it to 1. Upgrade all strikes and defends, or remove a card from your deck. Well, they're all already kind of getting upgraded. I mean, I could upgrade them manually with this event, and then have the other things being targeted by Lessons Learned. Okay, I'll do that. It only upgraded 4 cards there, but also it only would have removed 1. Like, it's not ridiculous. Whenever you switch stances, draw a card. Adaptation is exactly what we want this build. I think also I'm going to hold the rest of my money. Nothing else here is particularly inspiring. I would take Inner Peace if it wasn't for the fact that I already have 1 in the deck and 2 of them in the same hand are garbage. They perform no function. Finesse has the bonus of this oddly smooth stone, and also it's a neat setup for a crushed joints. We'll take that and bounce. Should I go for both of those upgrades? I'll go for both of those upgrades as well. Let's empty mine first. Defend and just strike a target. Kind of boring turn. Got a lot of crescendos in this hand. Don't really want as many crescendos as I have in this hand though. The crescendos are for future proofing. Maybe I didn't need 2 of them. That's... Yeah, I probably didn't need two of them. In retrospect, I wouldn't take both. Okay. Lesson learned is slightly short of killing that backliner. Vigilance. Finesse. Crescendo our way back in. Then, murder the backliner. Adaptation gets upgraded to be innate. Neat. Block for 9 or no. Ending my turn and entering calm blocks for 12. Empty the mines. And crush the enemy. Ragnarok. Ragnarok would have been the best draw. That's fine, we'll just wait for it. Ragnarok. Hey! There you are, Ragnarok. Goods. Strike. Neat. Okay, that fight could have gone significantly worse than it did. Enter calm on clear the mind. Yep. Clear the mind also probably needs to be 0 cost as soon as possible. Entering calm, it's like it will happen every single time I draw that card, especially because of Violet Lotus. As much as I want to play adaptation this turn, I only have to take 1 damage to that mad gremlin. As much as I want to play defend in order to take no damage this turn, I only have to take 1 damage to the mad gremlin in order to afford playing adaptation here. And I don't want to miracle defend in order to protect my 1 HP. Perfect turn for Vault. In fact, it's Crescendo Vault as well. Great. Finesse first and see what we get. Alright. Let's clear the mind, draw a card. And then Eruption, draw a card. Ragnarok and Strike. I might even, yeah, I'm gonna miracle my way into Inner Peace and then have Crescendo set up for the next turn as well. Yep. We'll Crescendo, cross joints on the back line, and Ragnarok, because either I'm going straight for the kill or it'll kill all the chumps. I hold for a turn because I still have Lesson Learned in the deck. I can possibly go for the kill here. Neat. And get an upgraded card. Eruption. Neat. Toxic Egg. Whenever you add a skill card to your deck, upgrade it. As well as whenever you switch stances, gain 4 block. I'm being offered exactly what I'm looking for in this build, and I am absolutely ecstatic about it. I'm very, very pleased. This is a build I have also not managed to get together on stream, so this is the first time I even get to explore this myself. Anchor, started to combat with 10 block, and Tiny Chest. Upon pickup, gain 30 gold. You're 10% more likely to find treasure in question mark rooms. Adaptation, Crescendo here on the first turn, just because I have enough ways to get out of the mode, if need be. And I leave the Vault in the deck, because obviously I'm not taking any damage this time. Clear the Mind first, draws a card. Then Crescendo, gets his 3 energy, draws a card. Crush Joints, Eruption, and then Lesson Learned for the kill. Oh, this is a powerful, powerful deck. Exit your stance on the Empty Fist as well. I'll take it. I need those empties as well. They're gonna be useful. Adaptation and then Vigilance, so I draw as many cards as possible. Crescendo to enter Wrath. So to be Crescendo to enter Wrath and then Miracle, kill the backline at Empty Fist, end the turn. Yeah, we do that. Vulnerability isn't that bad for us as well because of the odd mushrooms, so we're not too sad about that. Defend, Miracle, and Inner Peace at the end of the turn just to set up the next stance. Yeah, I'll empty the mines. Oh my god, this relic is incredible. You're 100% right, Patricia. I was underestimating it. Mental Fortress. Let's enter Calm. Then re-enter Wrath. Crush Joints. Eruption. Lesson Learned. My god, this is strong. Swivel. The next attack you play costs 0 this turn. We have Ragnarok in this deck. Yep. Pretty happy to take a Swivel then. I'm going for the extra elite. I'm going for the Emerald one. I might strength. Yeah, I am going to Strength Potion, I think. Adaptation, Mental Fortress, and Inner Peace to end the turn. Yeah, full defenses. Sets us up well for this whole build. Okay, we'll Crescendo Ragnarok Vault to end the turn, happily. Okay, wait. Miracle, Vigilance, Crescendo my way immediately back out of Vigilance, Crush Joints, Lesson Learned. This character is insane. Fasting, gain 2 artifact. That would allow us to keep the block from a speed potion. There's not that many things this character does as negative self debuffs. One thing that comes to mind is Scrawl's inability to play skills past playing Scrawl. That is the 0 cost draw 3, 0 cost upgrades to draw 4 skill that also limits you from being able to play any skills for the rest of the turn. You'll be able to prevent that, I have to imagine. I haven't tried it, but I have to imagine. You'll be able to prevent that with fasting, but there's not that many things that this deck can do with it. Metaphysics. Shuffle a upgraded causality into your draw pile. Flurry of Blows. On stance change, returns from your exiles pile to your hand. It does very little damage, but sometimes I change stances enough and I just need more attacks to soak up all the energy, especially now that I have the Violet Lotus. I think I'm going to take that. Also, having multi-attacks is pretty good for things like this. Okay. Very, very happy to just straight up put the enemy on the ground. It's the reason that I went for the Ragnarok. It's like a 50-50 to put the enemy on the ground. Okay, let's enter Calm. Straight up murder the frontliner. I'll Flurry of Blows. Crescendo gets us back Flurry of Blows, which I'll cast again. And throw out Eruption. Yeah, I'm just looking for straight lethal as soon as possible here. I've also got the attack potion just to fish for it if I need it. Find lesson learns. Find lesson learned, please. Nope, no lesson learned. No lesson learned. Fine. Another plated steel. Probably those two. Like, if I'm going to be stacking those two, that's like a Deva form by itself. Empty body. Exit your stance. 10 block. I like the variety that we've got going on. Abacus. Whenever you shuffle your draw pile, gain 6 block. I do that a lot. Enlightenment Plus. Reduce the cost of all cards in your hand to 1 this combat. 1, 2... yeah, 3, 4. Energy cheat. Energy cheat. Flurry of Blows will be consistently affected by it. We take an Enlightenment Plus here. Oh my god. We also cycle through the deck a lot. I think I'd take Abacus. And I think finally after all of that, we'll card remove likely a strike. I'm gonna upgrade Flurry of Blows right now. Just because I don't think the rest is gonna matter, and I think I'll have opportunity next floor where there's nothing I can heal and nothing that I can upgrade. A better opportunity, that is to say, to pick up the red key. Adaptation Vigilance. A lot of cards in hand. Alright, I'll Crescendo then. And then after that, I'll Empty Mind. I'm looking to just put as many cards in hand as possible for the sake of this Enlightenment. That'll have to do. I want to leave crescendos and stuff until I have Flurry of Blows going on. So I kind of just want to swivel Vault this turn. Okay, so Flurry of Blows, Crescendo brings it back. Flurry of Blows. I'm gonna go for the Ragnarok, actually. Sapphire's in the end there. Spend, Crush Joints, and yeah, I can stall this fight long enough. I don't think I use Lesson Learned. I think I try and stall out for it, in fact. Not a huge fan of the fact that, like, when I end my turn with changing a stance, I'm kind of wasting my time, but it happens. Okay. Eruption gives us a bunch of energy back. Strike, strike. Ragnarok. Flurry of Blows is currently not in my Exiles pile, so I can't get it back by clearing my mind. But I still clear the mind at the end of the turn. Just because Clear the Mind doesn't retain in the same way that Crescendo does, so it's a little more risky to not use it while you have it. Keep that draw going. Ragnarok's pretty garbage right now. But there's no reason not to play it, right? can swivel into it. Summoned a bunch more minions. How dare you? Fine, we'll be using a potion here. This will take a conclude. Not particularly happy about it. That vulnerability was a bit rough to us. Let's crush and eruption. After which we can empty body as it starts. Can even inner peace. And in fact will. Getting us a bunch of extra block. Because Abacus is real good, so is Mantra. Okay, lesson learned on the right target this turn. We're not going to be able to do that yet, right? Swivel Ragnarok. And then I can lesson learned you, so I'm finally done with that. And I'll leave myself in calm here. I don't need to change that out yet. I think I might actually have to use an Essence of Steel and just hold this turn. Because the Eruption, Strike, Conclude... Like, because I can't inner peace at the end of that turn, right? I mean, I could inner peace at the end of the turn. I guess I inner peace. Yeah, that'll give us enough block just from the stance changes then. Play that just to get the extra damage from Crushed Joints. Slightly short on just killing with Conclude right now. But at least I didn't have to use my extra potion. Empty Mind, and... Moida! I like this deck a lot. Okay, Metaphysics. Shuffle an upgraded Causality into your draw pile. Causality, draw cards until your hand is full. Like, when we have that, like on the turn that our hand is full, we can kind of go ridiculously off, but I don't know if we need it. And I think Vault helps solve some problems this deck still has. Deva Form is also nice, don't get me wrong, but I have said Deva Form as a build already. I'm going to take another Vault. Interesting. So we have the Philosopher's Stone, gain energy at the start of each turn. All enemies start combat with 1 strength. We also have Coffee Dripper, gain energy at the start of each turn. You can no longer rest at rest sites. It's kind of a tough ask for us. And then we have Slaver's Collar. During boss and elite combats, gain energy at the start of your turn. So the downside is just that it's not always available. I think we do need the extra energy, but like we need it less and less over time with the Enlightenment especially. I'm gonna take Slaver's Collar. Rusty Miserable Chains, those. And obviously we're gonna be trying to go for the heart with this build. Another reason that I want to go for the heart in particular is for the extra score so that I can get my unlocks completed a lot earlier. That's also another reason that I want to specifically try and go for as many elites as possible while I'm doing all of this. If I don't need to vault this turn, I won't. There are far more useful turns for it to appear on, especially when I'm already in Wrath stance. Speaking of Wrath stance, let's enter. And then immediately leave. Drawing another card. Mental, and then enter again. Probably shouldn't enter again. I'll pass and hold the crescendo for the next turn. It's fine. Swivel does have its effect last over turns, by the way, so I can now crescendo and Ragnarok with the double damage. And in fact, we'll be doing exactly that. Flurry of Blows. Let's finesse first. Yeah, Flurry of Blows strike is a kill. And allows me to end my turn with an inner piece. Which gets the Flurry of Blows back and then discards it. The fact that inner piece is like giving me something in hand and then immediately discarding it is not something that I was considering when I took Flurry of Blows, and it's something I will have to consider in the future. Okay. Let's Corruption. Miracle, Crush Joints, and then just murder the frontliner. Go into a Vigilant stance. And I'm fully protected again. Sweet. Stance switching is ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. And it's also very, very repeatable in this build as well. I'm quite pleased to be doing it, in fact. I also have the Lesson Learned still in the deck, but it's going to be hard to get to. I'm still going to try, though. I think I owe it to try. Finesse, we'll empty mind. Okay. So Ragnarok for the extra damage first. Because Lesson Learned has its lower costs. And Lesson Learned has to kill the final target here, otherwise it doesn't count as having killed an enemy. Get that Vault upgraded immediately. Another empty body isn't necessary. I think also the entire deck is now upgraded. Yeah, it is. Okay, so Lesson Learned is now the first cut from the deck. I'm very, very much not grateful, clearly. 27 incoming, block another 19 on top of this. 28, sure. No need to vault this turn, so we won't. Mental Fortress Vigilance. And Miracle Defend to make sure that I'm still in the best shape. First cycle should be pretty much all set up, I feel. For us, at least. Okay. Let's empty mind for the card draw. We'll Crescendo. I think we Enlightenment now. Strike, Lesson Learned the back line. Right, lessons learned. Again, I gotta remember, I don't need to prioritize that in that fashion. Yeah, Atlantic Con. Sure, that's just another kill on the repulsor for us. I've got to remember not to Vault Spiker, because the turn that the damage is applied from Vault, I'm no longer intangible. I've caught myself out with that one before, embarrassingly enough. I'll defend, strike, and then empty body to get out of that stance. And we'll enter the stance again at the end of the turn. So there's another stance switching card that I haven't yet found in this build in particular. I'm very, very much waiting on it. I can't remember the name of it though yet, so I can't tell you what it is, frankly. Protect, retain, gains 17 block. 18 obviously with the Holy Smooth Stone that I already have. And this is pretty guaranteed to be hit constantly by the by Enlightenment. So this would be a 1 cost. Occasionally we do need just a little bit extra block. Especially if I'm stalling a turn. Adaptation. Going to Wrath, because I know that I can exit at the end of the turn. Although I'm not going to be exiting at the end of the turn. I'll be using Vault here. Mental Fortress and Empty the Mind. Miracle into Swivel. And I think I want a Ragnarok right now. Yeah. Just so that I can get the kill on the backliner. Thankfully, the backliner wasn't attacking, so I didn't even have to have that as a risk. This one's just Vault. Sure, I eat 1 damage, but it's not like I have a Runic Dodecahedron, so it's not, you know, a problem. No upgraded cards in the... Yeah, no one upgraded cards in the deck, so Lesson Learned doesn't have a particular incentive to be used here. Let's enter Calm, and then immediately exit Calm. Sweet. Restaurant Swivel, that just lucky. Feels like I could afford to take 1 more vulnerability trigger. So I'll take the cross joints. Adaptation, Mental Fortress, and Inner Peace? Ooh, that's a turn. But what if instead I miracled? You can't change stance from the same stance to the same stance again, as we just proved there. Like, you don't get any effect from going to Calm. Or rather, from Calm to Calm. Okay. Empty Mind. Okay, so it's Eruption and then Vault. We have another Vault in the deck, so it's probably just follow up with another Vault. Yeah, there it is. Sweet through and through. We're gonna have to rely on the... Yeah, we're gonna have to rely on constant draw from stance changes here. And in fact, that'll work. It'd work better if I could count. I thought I had an extra energy left over, so I was going to be able to empty body after that. I didn't have that. The thing I thought I had. We'll do that. Clear the mind. Stab back, and then crescendo. Use it back again and go for kill. That's more what I was hoping for. Conclude third eye cut through Fate Pass. If you're looking specifically for the card text of each of these cards to be read out, I would remind you to go back to episode 219. Every time we first encounter the card, we'll read out the text. Otherwise, it's just what's on screen. I'm going to try and be very, very vigilant with relics and also restate the relics because those aren't printed on the screen. If I don't do that effectively, please just tell me. I'll try and fix it, but politely. Pen Nib. Every 10th attack you play deals double damage and another adaptation. Okay, combined costs 215. We take them. Incredible. Also, by the way, Elite Feather. It's an uncommon relic now. Moved entirely out of the boss pool. I couldn't be more pleased to see it out of the boss pool. I was a little frustrated to see it in the boss pool in the first place. And I think like a while ago, I was teasing the idea of, oh yeah, I want to do a video where I talk about the game design of Slay the Spire. In particular, I want to talk about the boss design relics and also how I feel the iteration of the boss designed relics when they included all of those non-energy relics, how that is dangerous, because sometimes you just need energy and sometimes you won't get it. With the removal of so many things that don't give you energy from the boss pool, this has completely solved that. I don't have to make that video. So the fact that I was so lazy and didn't make that video for such a long period of time actually turned out really good for me. I know that's poor justification. I'm just real lazy with things that take editing and scripting. Okay, let's crescendo this turn. We're going for damage. So we'll crescendo, crush joints, flurry of blows. I'll vigilance, getting us back flurry of blows again. I'll use that. Miracle out an empty fist to get 3 energy back from the Violet Lotus. Now I can flurry of blows again. But I'll clear mine first, drawing into enlightenment. Oh, yes. That's a good one to see. Then we'll flurry of blows, strike, and finish up with a vault. Some dang decent damage right there. Let's crescendo our way into a bunch of cards and extra energy. We'll flurry of blows and then Ragnarok, definitely. Those are the 2 that we're using. So 40 by 6. Pretty good damage, that. Pen Nib, giving a multiplicative on top of a multiplicative is always going to be incredible in this game. And a double damage on top of a character that has easy access to double damage, and possibly triple damage if you have Divinity, is really good. Path to Victory. So this is the one that had exhausts added to it, just in case you didn't know what I was talking about when I was going over the patch notes last episode. This is the one that had exhaust added to it. Otherwise, it's always an insta-pick. Currently, it's just usually an insta-put. Pick, rather. Poke. Insta-poke. We'll go for the rest here. That's another flurry of blows. I don't need it. I'm having difficulty using the first one for the reason I mentioned before of changing the stances. Alright. Adaptation. Gonna vault here on the first turn. I'm gonna use the energy relic there. Sorry, the energy potion rather. Because getting out those the extra adaptation and extra controls, I think, is really important. It's vigilance first. After victory, gets. This is a pretty bad hand to actually enlightenment. Let's crescendo out of that. Still don't want to enlighten this hand, but I will. We'll crush joints, strike, eruption, and then empty fist at the end of the turn. Or do I want to stay in this form? Yeah, actually, for the next turn, I want to stay in this form. I don't want to have to use my crescendo this early. Blows, and we'll finesse. Strike? Yeah, I'm just going to go for that. So you've got to remember, the transient looks scary because it's doubling the damage from every point of strength it has. But if I remove a point of strength from the enemy, I'm removing 2 points of damage from them for that reason. So they had 30 damage there. I dealt 27, but they're now dealing 0. That's not how the transient fight usually works, but you've got to remember the double damage can't, like, double 0, which is the strength set that the enemy has at the moment, is nothing. Dub 0 is still 0. And then just vault. No reason to play that turn longer, especially considering we have the pen nib. Oh, flex potion. That's gonna be, we're gonna have the ability to, like, blow up the enemy with that plus Ragnarok, possibly on the first turn. Centennial Puzzle, first time play each combat. Sorry, take damage each combat. Draw 3 cards. Vault, neat. Yeah, I'm gonna go for the fight. Rather than trying to cheat out a giant Ragnarok or something like that, I don't think that's actually gonna be as effective as I'd hoped. Okay, let's... Vigilance. Miracle and Crescendo our way out of that. We have that upgraded Ragnarok. I mean, I swivel before it, but... So we... Crush Joints, Swivel Ragnarok. Get one target down. Very close to the kill. Peace Pipe. You can now remove cards from your deck at rest sites, as well as Empty Mind again. I think that's the final stance changing card we take. Bag of Preparation. At the start of combat, draw 2 additional cards. That's really good. Our opening hand has been letting us down occasionally recently. Very, very pleased to see that addition. Start by clearing the mind. Well, actually, adaptation, because that always goes out. Then clear the mind. Vigilance. Right. Coin an Empty Fist to get energy back. I kind of want a Ragnarok, but 2 Spikers are on the field. I can't do that. Yeah, that's just... That'd be dumb. That'd be dumb. No, we just defend, adaptation, and mental fortress. We just set up for future turns. Alright. Enter Wrath, because we know we have the ability to get out of it at the end of the turn. Not that we're actually, hang on. Vault. The intangibility is removed next turn. That said, I'm okay with taking 5 damage to get this kill. Also gets a hell of a lot of cards drawn. So, get the other adaptation increased now, and hard pass. Told you we would. Reptimancer has actually been very, very, very dangerous for me previously with this character. I'm a little scared. I need to get those down really, really quickly because I don't have much AoE in this deck, so I can't rely on that. Crush Strike kills the backline. But I'm going to go Crush Eruption. Because then I can Empty Fist kill the frontliner. And... yeah. Do I enter Wrath just to try and draw a card here? I think I just have to accept the hit. Not great, but I always knew this fight wasn't going to be. Path to victory. Enlightenment! Thank you! Exactly what I needed. We'll also Crescendo double draw. Let's write the Enlightenment now. Strike. Ragnarok. Lesson learned, just get it out. 60 next turn. I'm okay with that. Definitely okay with that. Just trying to rush straight for lethals now. And we can do it. Lovely. Meal ticket. Whenever you enter a shop, heal for 15 HP. There's also a block potion I kind of don't want. Clear the mines. Well, if I do want anything else, it's more ability to enter calm quickly. Fine. I know I said I wasn't going to take any more, but I'm also a liar, apparently. Adaptation, adaptation. Miracle into the swivel, and then vault. Okay. I'm gonna have to crescendo into Empty Mind here. Inner Peace doesn't actually work in this build because of the amount of times that I want to swap. Like, it was helpful earlier, but overall, it's not that great for us here. Alright. Enlightenment. I'm gonna crescendo and then set up a big vault hit for the next turn. Ooh, these are good. Strike, clear the mind, empty mind. We'll Flurry of Blows first, then clear the mind, getting us back Flurry of Blows. Cost again. Then we'll Empty Fist, giving us back Flurry of Blows again. And we'll cast that again for the kill. I forgot that I had the pendant up. I'll pass again. Do I jeopardize my win so that I can go to the heart? I'm no coward. I'm doing it. Vault. Oh, on turn 1 as well. Good lord. Adaptation, adaptation. Mental Fortress. I'm gonna Miracle just to get the Lesson Learned out because I don't want it in the deck right now. It's another Vault. Really early. It's Crescendo. Right. Strike, Vault here. Ragnarok Empty Minds doesn't get us extra energy back until we crescendo and then get out of it, so I think it's more like Crush Empty Mind. Good, good. Solid set of cards to hit with the Enlightenment here. Let's just play 2 natural defenses. So I can enter Calm at the start of this turn. Let's do that. Then I exit Calm in order to get into Wrath, deal as much damage as possible, go for the damage. Then I'll Vigilance my way back out of that turn to get back into Wrath. Sorry, back into Calm, rather. Violet is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Okay. Crush. Crush again. happily. Sweet. It's probably time to clear the mind and then eruption. Good Ragnarok. Got the enemy down. I'll inner piece at the end of the turn, just setting up the next. Haven't even had to use any of my potions yet. Pretty pleased about that. Finesse will empty body for all of the extra energy. Vigilance has its cost lowered. I think that's actually the last high cost card in the deck. Flurry of Blows and Eruption. Never mind. Flurry of Blows is actually kind of important to hit with this. But yeah, like Vigilance Empty Fist gives us energy back, as well as a bunch of extra cards. Ridiculous. Heck, as well as a bunch of block. Defend so I can get a crushed joints out there. Just need the enemy vulnerable. Can I find my way back into... No. It's difficult after I've exhausted my copies of Crescendo to get back into Wrath, so I'm actually very glad that I took the extra Crescendo earlier. I was slightly bemoaning it for a moment, but I think even at the time I said, this is important for the future. It's not right here, right now. Swivel into Flurry of Blows. Just hard protect. Alright. Alrighty then. We do get to go for the heart fight. Lovely. We even get the shot before it. Which, I guess the healing won't matter. 751. Yeah, so we get 1,001 if we succeed here. Actually, hang on, no, there's another fight beforehand as well, so the modifier of that. Toke to remove a card from deck, probably remove a strike. We should basically only be using Ragnarok for damage against the boss at the end. Artifact Potion, Speed Potion. Or Fasting and Speed Potion. It's Fasting and Speed Potion, isn't it? It's Fasting Speed Potion. We're not going to have it active as early, but it'll still be really good. Wreath of Flame, your next attack deals 8 additional damage. We're actually going to take this as a modifier for double damage Ragnarok. Or Flurry of Blows in the worst case scenario. It's Vigilance. Those costs. I think I Crescendo now. There's the Ragnarok. Lovely to see it. Crush joints before the Ragnarok doesn't make that much difference. No, it doesn't. Getting a piece at the end of the turn to get back into calm, and we're good. Gosh, this deck cycles, y'all. Let's take the Mental Fortress and then Empty Body to get the extra energy and card draw, then Clear Mind in order to get the energy and card draw. Then Eruption. Yeah, we Eruption and Vault to end the turn. I don't know if I want to end the turn yet. But it's double damage on double damage right now. Fine, I'll float the extra energy. This is a really good way of just, like, getting very close to having the Spire of Spears down right now. Flurry of Blows. Yeah. Wreath of Flame, Flurry of Blows, just remove the target. Do I empty mind or just protect and cop the 2? I'll protect and just cop the 2 this time. It's fine. In fact, just the 1 this time. Sweet. Happy Flower. Every 3 turns gain an energy. The ability to have the enemy vulnerable. We already have that in the deck, so we don't need the Fear Potion. Crescendo, Path to Victory. Okay. Oh, look at that Ragnarok and Wreath here in the first turn trying to tempt me. I mean, we can still do it, right? With the swivel. Even got into Calm. What were the 2 cards that I discarded at the end there? Lesson Learned and Defend. Yeah, nothing impactful. Or nothing too impactful, rather. I'm gonna Vigilance just to trigger the card draw from the Centennial Puzzle intentionally here. Sweet. Okay. I'll Fasting and then use all of my potions. I'll also empty body to get energy back so that I can defend enough this turn. Maybe I clear the mind and vault. It's hard to do when I just got Mental Fortress. Man, Mental Fortress has to be played. Can't do that. So I'm currently protected against 22. So the enemy will hit me once and remove 1 plated armor. If I burn this slime, they'll hit me twice and remove 2 plated armor. I'm okay with that. I need to get the slime down. Okay. Start with the defend and then Path to Victory. Finds Empty Fist. I'm going to Crescendo because I do want to start pivoting to damage right now because the enemy's not attacking next turn and I'm using Bolt at the end of this turn anyway. Joints. Bolt. I think Wreath of Flame is still in the deck as well. Ooh, Flurry of Blows. It gets hit by the Enlightenment. Lovely. Should've just played that defend first. There's no reason not to. Gonna be difficult to make the enemy vulnerable again. I'll still give it a good old college try, though. There's Wreath and Flurry in the same hand again. Alright, Crescendo, Wreath, Flurry. Inner piece my way out of this at the end of the turn. Sure, that's not going to full defend us, but god, that was a good turn. If only I had Ragnarok right now. I wish I was already in Eruption before I Ragnaroked. Damn. That's really unfortunate. It's fine. We have Ragnarok in the next cycle as well. Just gonna Ragnarok Crush Joints afterwards. Get the enemy into the field where I can actually kill them in a single turn. This is a great turn for Vaults. I'm probably going to use Swivel in order to play it, so I can play Vigilance here happily. Actually, I can Swivel into Eruption because it'll give me the energy back to play Vault. I'm also not going to clear the mind at the end of that turn. I think I'm going straight for lethal next turn. Almost invariably, I either hit the card draw or I hit the ability to kill. Okay. Defend, vulnerability, vulnerability, card draw. $23, so what? I'm blocked for 23, 35 against 612. 6 by 12 is 80. No, it's 72. Right? $72. So mine is 51 plus 30. Yeah, we can actually full defend this turn, right? Well, not full defend, but just prevent death. All right, Tori. Forgot I had that. God, I am not getting the... Yeah, Flurry of Blows. Just lethal next turn. We've got it. It's fine, but it's got a lot closer than I wanted it to be. Whew. What a run. What a run. I really like the stance swapping build, and Violet Lotus is such an excellent activator for it. Okay. Pretty damn good score. If we manage to pull the same one in the next episode, we'll manage to get the final level of unlocks. But right now, we've unlocked the relics. Akabeko, your first attack each combat deals 3 additional damage. That's available for everyone. Yang, which you can see on the outline, is only available for the Watcher. Whenever you play an attack, gain 1 temporary dexterity. That's one thing that fasting is particularly good with. You play a bunch of attacks, then you play fasting, and you hold all of your decks. And the ceramic fish, whenever you add a card to your deck, gain 7 gold. It's like an inverted singing bowl right there. For the moment, my name has been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Slay the Spire. We're continuing to play the Watcher. That's our second heart victory with them. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourself, so there's a playlist in the description down below with all my content in this game, past, present, and future. And if you are watching this video as it has gone live, have a look in the comment section down below. It's possible that I posted the stream times that I'll be live, because I'm either currently live or I'm live in the next hour from when this was released. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you next time.